All right, so what we're going to talk about today, since we're going to go a different direction, let's talk about all of you guys' social media right now. A lot of agents are kind of, maybe they had to default to that, but back to just posting on like one or two platforms and just calling it a day and set it or forget it. So I want to make sure that if you are doing that, you come in and you sit down with me and let's have a conversation about it and why that's a horrible, horrible idea, and why you've got to multi-purpose everything. So just a quick show of hands. Who posts on at least 4 platforms every time you post? Half the room. Okay. Those of you who don't, what's your go-to first?
Facebook.
Instagram. TikTok.
Facebook and 3 Instas and a TikTok. Okay. All right. So, and I know I've talked to you about this before. Nicole talked to you about this quite a bit. Was why you got to post on all of these platforms. And for those of you who don't know or understand, it's when someone goes to look you up on social media, they're going to their platform of choice. Everyone tends to have social media tunnel vision, all right? It's kind of like when you go to like the hottest club in town and you think everybody's here, everybody goes to this club. It's because your friends are there. It's because your circle is there. So you think everybody must be here. This is the place. Yeah, there's a dozen places just like that one that are slam full of people in their other circles. So when someone says, hey, I got this guy, Jacob, you should look him up and use him, they're going to go, what if they're a Twitter person? They're going to go to Twitter and go, man, I can't even find that dude, and if he was on here, he hadn't posted in a year, if that is the Jacob that I'm thinking it is. So I'm not going to use that guy. What you've done is you've immediately thrown up a barrier to them ever calling you or making contact. So even though you came recommended by someone they trust, the conversation stops right there. They're not going to go to Facebook. If they're a hardcore Twitter user, they're not going to go log into Facebook and get on there to see if they can find you. They're not going to Instagram. They're not going to TikTok. They won't even go to YouTube. They're going to Twitter. If you ain't there, you don't exist. So that's why it's incredibly important that you play ball where they are. You got to go there. Even if all you do is create one piece of content and you put it on all your different platforms that it's applicable for, if it's vertical video, goes on those, horizontal on a certain set. As long as you just put something on there, like Rip's not in here, but I will forever use this story of Rip running into my office saying, hey, I just got this client, and he's like one of the top executives at Twitter. And I was like, congratulations. And he said, yeah, except I haven't tweeted in almost a year. And he goes, what should I do? And I went, get your phone out of your pocket and tweet right now. Stop talking to me, tweet. And then 2 hours from now, tweet again. And tweet every 2 hours to the end of the day. And tweet every 2 hours tomorrow. Eventually, you're going to build up a couple of flips on your timeline. They're not going to go any deeper than that. But what you don't want to do is him pull it up and see that you don't use that platform. Because to him, that's the most important platform in the world. And if you're not on it, you're not good enough to be his real estate agent. So he did. He tweeted and tweeted and tweeted and tweeted. And it was great. But he shouldn't have been in that position to start with. He should have just at least every couple of days thrown something over on Twitter. If nothing else, when he puts something on YouTube, take that URL, paste it into a tweet, and say, check this one out, and post it. It uploads the preview as it goes. It's not that hard, okay? So I want you all to make a conscious effort every time you create a piece of content to know that it's got to go on at least for the big four, if nothing else. Okay? And if you don't know how to do that, or you struggle with that, or creating content that can be used on all of them, just come over and see me and we'll talk it out. We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. Does that make sense to everybody why you need to do that?
Yes.
I'm getting a lot of head nodding going on. So I'm going, yes. Okay, cool. All right, any questions? All right, impromptu social media huddle, and go.